March. £33.99 for month 25. Terms apply.
This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Nick Ferrari at breakfast.
Good morning to you. 3 minutes after 7 on Tuesday, the 1st of June. Coming up in this hour, Freedom Day now in doubt. Scientists demand a rethink. We'll give you full details on that story. Also coming up, how Brussels will spend British taxpayers' cash on puppetry lessons for asylum seekers. Yes, you did hear that correctly. Somehow the nonsense goes on. Meanwhile, in other news and also later in the hour,
7 men have been arrested after a teenager was stabbed to death last night in North London. And LBC's Matthew Thompson live at the scene.
game set and no match for tennis ace Naomi Osaka, who withdraws from the French Open, citing pressure and stress. We'll look at that story in more detail. You've been suffering a lot of pressure and stress if you're a landlord unable to evict tenants. That changes.
I've been trying to evict my tenants since December 2019, and they are now over £85,000 in arrears. I'm Michael Kellett, and I'll be speaking to you about the problems the eviction ban has caused landlords.
Plus, if you or one of your children or grandchildren is desperate to get into work and seeking an apprenticeship, there's a cash boost on the way. More from Government Minister later in this hour.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast. Call 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Nick Ferrari at breakfast on LBC.
Let's give you those all important figures just before we get into the first conversation, which sadly is about COVID or coronavirus. It's the number of first dose vaccinations from the preceding day. That's up an additional 120,243, taking the total to 39,379,411. Now the number of second dose vaccinations, that's an increase of 204,282, taking the total number then of second dose or first boost, whichever you prefer, 25,537,133. New infections, this is up 3,383, which is a rather troubling all but 29% lift in that rolling 7-day average. The latest fatality is 1. Obviously sympathy, so of course, to those who are suffering that loss, taking the total number to 127,782. Those are the figures and thoughts of you, of course, if your lives are touched by that at this time. Now, on that subject, on that theme, scientists urging the government to speed up second doses of COVID vaccines and delay a decision on easing lockdown on the 21st of June, or Freedom Day. Data shows the Indian variant, which some scientists suggest we shouldn't be saying anymore, is continuing to spread across England and is thought to be driving a rise in COVID, and is believed to be more transmissible than the Kent variant, which presumably also fairly soon we won't be able to say either. Somewhat more resistant to vaccines. More details now. LBC's political editor Theo Ashford. Theo.
It's become known as Freedom Day, June the 21st, the moment the final restrictions are due to be lifted. Nightclubs reopen, we can go to music concerts, and if you want to have a party in your home, that will be possible too. But according to the scientists on stage, the committee that advises the government, all of that hangs in the balance. Two scientists particularly worried about the latest surge of the Indian variant, Professor Sally Jane Cutler and Adam Thin.
We've still got considerable numbers of young adults that haven't had any vaccine, and we've now got this new variant that is showing.
In a quarter of a mile, keep right to continue towards Tons Lane, A355.
Actually going for that full release on the 21st of June.
We're better off being cautious at this point and being able to progressively unlock ourselves than to overdo it and then end up all the way locked down fully all over again.
Now, Professor Cutler mentioned the fact that many young people had yet to receive the vaccine, but there was no shortage.
Keep right.
Queuing for their jab at Twickenham Rugby Stadium yesterday. Twickenham, of course, borders Hounslow, where we've seen a surge in the Indian variant. And so local health officials decided to open their doors to anyone over the age of 18.
We heard that they were vaccinating pretty much all the rest of the young people. So yeah, definitely could have passed that opportunity out.
This will make it a lot easier. This is the closest vaccination centre we've heard about. So yeah, we took the opportunity up right away. It was made really easy, really quick.
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto the M4 slip road to London, Heathrow Airport.
It's just made it a lot easier.
It's our best chance of getting back to normal and protecting the vulnerable, so that's like, yeah, obviously
Parliament is in recess for a week of half-term, but Tory MPs are worried the Prime Minister is being led by the scientists rather than the other way round. Among them is former Tory leader Sir Ian Duncan-Smith.
If we add this all together, we can see straight away what the problem is. It's actually a lot of scientists who have got, I think, too much influence over this. This is a political
In a quarter of a mile, merge onto M4.
Every variant is going to scream and shout and panic. Sir Ian Duncan Smith concluding CEO Ashwell's report. The business position from the president of the CBI. Lord Bill Mori in just a second, but you heard Adam Finn mentioned in that report. Let's turn to him now. He's Professor of Paediatrics at the University of Bristol and sits on the JCVI, which is the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation. And perhaps, Professor, I could put you, Sir Ian Duncan Smith's point here. They are presumably going to be ceaseless variants. Are we to lock the country down effectively every time a new one raises ugly head? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. First of all, Ian Duncan Smith's completely right. This is a political decision. Scientists advise, but they don't decide. And ultimately, the politicians have to carry the can for whatever decisions are made. But essentially, the analogy I would draw is that it's like a rock pool where you've chucked in a rock, and there are waves, and the waves gradually diminish in size to the point that the rock pool goes flat again. Each of the waves gets smaller, but they're still significant, and so it isn't going to go on forever. But we're still in the middle of it. It's not that it's ended yet, and I think
You say we're in the middle. We're not even in the latter stages, Professor, just to clarify.
well, yes, and by the time when you chuck the rock in the pond, the third wave is certainly a lot smaller than the first one, so it's not going to be I say flat pond again.
Jesus, freedom day should not proceed.
I fear it may be a bad decision to go with it.
Businesses that don't survive.
It seems to me that if we could progressively get back to a place where we're living normally, that would be the better thing.
What's of our vaccination program, which is, I understand, one of the best in the world? What's it all been about then? If we can't open on June 21st, why are people queuing to stay in their life, queue to get vaccinated and so forth?
Well, certainly, if we hadn't done what we're doing this week, it was far, far worse place.
We have done it, and one is too many. And my sympathies go to whoever it might be and their family. We had one fatality, Professor, yesterday. You'll know better than I. If it's an average day, around 450 people would have died of cancer and over 400 of diabetes. One person dies of COVID, and we talk about locking the country on rather than not releasing. Again, when does this end?
Well, of course you're right. The number of deaths right now are not alarming at all. But we're trying to predict what will happen, a month down the line here. And if you look back, for example, at last year, there were very few deaths. It was a big wave. Subsequently, that wave would have been smaller if we'd locked down soon. So, if that were to die, particularly if we are next week,
Honestly, if I could just put you thinking about next month, I don't know, people in various spheres and fields of medicine, they talk of, to use your analogy, and they wave other health issues, whether it's the undetected cancer, heart disease, and I've not even touched on emotional health. When you have to balance that, there are some people I sense, Professor, particularly if they're businessmen or businesswomen, and their emotional health is being shredded if they can't open their businesses.
yeah, absolutely, and I think we're all in this together. What we're trying to do is to enable health centres to address these problems and not be swept together with cases of COVID. We're hoping that businesses will be able to open and stay open. That's what we're all trying to do, and we're in this together. There shouldn't be a conflict.
Grateful for your time this morning. Thank you, Adam Finn, Professor of Paediatrics at the University of Bristol. Sits on the JCVI, which is the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, and obviously speaking in a personal capacity. Let's take the business side. Callum Bill is President of the Confederation of British Industries, and of course, it's the fact
In 2 miles, at junction 4B, exit towards M3, M23.
I know you will have Callum. The reasoning is if they open up again in June and then close down a month later, that would be even more devastating. How do you respond? So good morning.
Morning, Nick. Just look at the situation we're in now. Thanks to this fantastic vaccination program that I give full credit to Robbie and his team. They're one of the leading ones that we've got 75% people have had Adam's first dose, almost 50% second dose. We keep
In a quarter of a mile, at junction 4B, exit towards M3, M23.
To that extent, we've got the vaccinations. Mass testing, which I pushed for so hard last summer, because this is a really I pushed for mass testing to be available, free to every citizen in this country, free to every business in this country, to be able to test ourselves regularly twice a week, to be on top of it. They didn't listen. They listened eventually in November. Today, you have television adverts, you have newspaper adverts telling people, please use these tests.
Exit at junction 4B, then keep right at the fork.
We may well have avoided a second or third lockdown. We've got the testing abilities as well, and then the therapeutics task force. We've got therapeutics down the line. You wait and see. In a couple of months, we're going to have repurposed drugs that might be able to cure COVID and prevent the deaths and hospitalizations. Lastly, Clever.
Keep right at the fork.
Senior advisors too much enthralled to the scientists and the virologists.
They've always said they follow the science. When I challenge in Parliament,
Continue on M25 south for 1.5 miles.
dates or data, and they said no, we'll follow the data, but the dates are still fixed. So they always said the dates are fixed, we'll follow the data. Okay, now they're saying, where's the data? The data, you've got to watch it very, very carefully. And I say the key data is hospitalizations and the sad deaths. And at the moment, we seem to be on top of it. I think we're going to be more and more on top of it. We've got to give clarity. There's a test, free testing still going to be available.
We'll leave it there, Karen. Best to your family. Thank you. To move on for time reasons, Lord Billamori is President of the Confederation of British Industry, otherwise known as the CBI. And we'll take your reactions, Jan, should be the first one. And also coming up after these, if you thought those baloney EU headlines would stop, sadly not. But it's the EU budget up to the end of the last year, which means some of your money is gone. To regulatory prices for refugees, purchase currency, and fish. Also, prices for science.
In half a mile, at junction 14, use the left 2 lanes to take the A3113 exit to Heathrow Airport. Use the left 2 lanes to exit at junction 14, then keep right. Keep right. Continue for half a mile.
In Wood Green, the high road stays closed in both directions. The emergency repair works are now taking place following a burst of water main.
This is LBC.
If your car gets written off, we'll help you stress less. Churchill Insurance will pay you up to £100.
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Airport Way, A3113.
Yes. Chill. Churchill. Car must be under comprehensive cover only. Onward travel to one UK destination. Excludes class-only claims. Payment excludes weekends and bank holidays. Underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
Call Nick Ferrari now. 0345 6060 973 LBC.
How fast could you boost your credit score with new Experian Boost? Whoa! Boosted already? For the first time ever, you could boost your credit score instantly for free with new Experian Boost. Only at Experian.co.uk. Experian account linked to your current account is required. Score increase subject to status.
Hi, I'm Thomas, a cleaner for TFL. Wherever you are going, our network can be used safely. We are keeping our services cleaner than ever by regularly cleaning with hospital-grade disinfectant. Regular independent tester found no traces of the virus. However, please...
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Southern Perimeter Road.
Our real-time travel app to plan your journey. We are ready when you are. To the Mayor of London and TFL, every journey matters.
The thought of selling your car feels like... Well, then sell your car like a pro at motorway.co.uk. Motorway finds your best offer from a nationwide network of verified dealers. You can get up to £1,000 more than part exchange. Sell your car hassle-free without the drama. Go to motorway.co.uk and sell your car like a pro.
Motorway.co.uk. Now we're gradually coming out of lockdown. We can go to more places, like pubs, restaurants, hairdressers and gyms. However, around 1 in 3 people who have COVID-19...
Exit the roundabout onto Southern Perimeter Road.
...without knowing. By quickly checking into venues with the NHS COVID-19 app, you can help...
In 300 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on Southern Perimeter Road.
Check in. Let's take this next step safely. Remember, hands, face, space and fresh air.
Find the credit card you'll be looking for. Quick check, manufacturer score. See if it's a yes. No need to guess with an Ocean credit card.
With a credit limit up to £1,500.
Exit the roundabout onto Southern Perimeter Road. Continue on Southern Perimeter Road for 1.5 miles.
Representative 39.9% APR variable. No annual fee. Get a credit limit of up to £1,500. Visit ocean.co.uk.
Breakfast on LBC.
In 300 yards, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto Beacon Road. Exit the roundabout onto Beacon Road. In 100 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Stanwell Road. Exit the roundabout onto Stanwell Road. Continue on Stanwell Road for half a mile. In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Hatton Road. Turn right onto Hatton Road, then turn left onto Staines Road. Turn left onto Staines Road, A315. In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Staines Road, A315. In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Staines Road, A315.